page is live. Regular Facebook is live. Cool. So here to talk about nothing as usual. Yeah, let me take a quick gander at what I'm doing with my life. Okay, so quick review for anyone who's joining us now or watches the replay. This is part 3 of a 3-part series of just live streams, just talking about kind of how we create our life, we create our year, we create our self, all that. So this has kind of been a 3-part series. You haven't seen the first couple. They're on my personal Facebook, on my business page, Corey S. Gladwell, some Instagram lives here and there, but the replays will be up. They're still up right now if you want to watch those as well. This is part 3 where we've already gone into like how to create an outline your entire year for 2019, and step-by-step feelings, experiences, actions, all of that. Things you're going to do, things you want to do, things that you will have happen as manifesting or stepping into it. And then we talked a lot yesterday about the difference between that year, that experience, that life that you want, business, income, relationships, friendships, family, all that, and where we're at on the person you need to be that, to have that life. And the difference is that you right now, that again, there's no judgment, nothing wrong with that, but who is it in you that is addicted to or comfortable with a certain level of happiness, a certain level of joy, a certain level of love, a certain level of finances? We have these thermostats, these caps. So that's kind of what we talked about yesterday, just kind of matching those up as to where you're at now versus where you want to be, who you are now versus who you want to be. So today what we're going to dive into is really kind of breaking down how to get there. Like, how do you actually have the exact steps on how to get there, and releasing the things that are inside there, which we have in the Facebook group, Unlock the Way. In the Facebook group, we have that, the steps in there. Some of the worksheets, we're adding a ton more every day in there, but we're going to kind of break down what the way is and kind of the point of that. You can see I have some chapters over here. There's 12 weeks, 12 modules, 12 chapters in the book, 12 weeks in the program, 12 modules. It's all kind of one and the same. All the stuff, again, it's all given away inside Unlock the Way Facebook group. And then we're going to have like the steps to get there. So if you have your perfect year, perfect life, perfect self all mapped out, it's really going to be about releasing what's in there. So I want to just review real quick what that looks like and how to see that. And then we'll go into the step-by-step 12 weeks, 12 modules, 12 everything on how to get there. So for the way, we're going to start off over here and design kind of that perfect day, and then what that equates. So that's who you are, your business, yourself, your life, everything kind of step-by-step brought out there. And then from there, being able to match that up with that life. So I'm going to break that down, what that looks like. So perfect day. If you can read my chicken scratch, that says perfect day. If you can't, welcome to the rest of the world who can't read my writing. So what the perfect day is, it's included in your joy, your happiness, your everything, your internal, external. It's not about this like millennial thing that a lot of us have going on where it's like we have to avoid everything or not have anything. We were talking about that earlier. Like, there's so much in our generation that this happens to old generations as well. There's so much that wants to avoid negativity or avoid drama or chaos. And again, it's not like we should step into that and have it all the time, but things are going to come up, things are going to happen. So what is it in us that's addicted to those things or stuck on those things, or in the attempt to avoid or resist those things, it causes more of them. So we can kind of keep that sense of us alive inside that. So the perfect day is just how that would look. How would you feel? How would you think? What would it include? So for me, it's meditation. Meditation. I don't know what I'm spelling here. Meditation plus yoga in the morning. It's my morning ritual. Plus coffee. Love me some coffee. Plus writing. And then, after that is workout plus massage, preferably on the beach. So far, so good. I'm feeling good about it. I don't know about anyone else, but So yeah, meditation, yoga, coffee, riding after a good night's rest, workout, massage on the beach, and then like income for the day. I'm usually pretty comfortable. Well, I'd like to for 2019 keep it at like for personal income, keep it at like, I don't know, 2K a day of passive income, passive personal income. So 2K a day of personal passive income, letting it come in. And then we have in there like, what was it? Like
parasailing, some experience.
Yeah,
shopping,
experience. So parasailing,
movies, shopping.
Parasailing / I don't know why I keep saying skydiving because I'm probably not going to do it every day, but skydiving, maybe some like fun shopping, volunteering, personal chef, plus fresh food. And then some like live group transformational coaching calls, speaking, because I can't shut up ever. And then like a movie, plus amazing sex, plus great rest, which, you know, you can't have without amazing sex, I don't think. But anyways, I don't know if anyone can actually see all the orange up there, but again, I'll screenshot a lot of it. The point of this is the perfect day. So like, what is that? Just kind of 24 hours of joy. And this is inside Unlock the Way in there. So like, there's a worksheet right now. It's called Manifestation Journal, but it's kind of broken up into pieces in there. But part of that talks about your 24 hours of joy. Like, what does that look like? And you kind of incorporate that into this flow state, into this natural kind of joyous, excited state that we feel like, to us, like that's a vacation. Like that's like an ultra deluxe vacation for a lot of people. That would be just an amazing day on a vacation. Not even like every day on a vacation, just one day on one vacation. Let alone every day on a vacation, let alone every day just normal life, right? So the reason I write that up there and wanted to clarify from some of the things yesterday, before we dive into those step-by-steps on how to break that down, is that the first part in really being able to not just have what you want or create the life you want or manifest or whatever, but also like heal these deep wounds, heal the deep, like the trauma from when you were a child, being like yelled at or beaten or fighting or child molestation that's happened to a lot of people, or you know, there's these like abusive mental emotional things about like, and it could be a small thing. I had a client once that like literally her brother took her blankie from her at a young age, and it set her on a like 45-year journey for safety and security. So it could be something like that, or it could be, again, being beaten as a child or some, you know, some extreme thing. These little things that happen, the biggest way I've seen for myself and my clients and anyone else and friends and family, that we shift out of those things, that we decide like enough is enough, that like threshold of comfortable pain, of comfortable unhappiness. The example like Taylor talked about is like having to listen, like having always had music in the background, but then suddenly the music's off and there's that silence and you're like, what is silence? I don't understand. To be able to step into that space and allow that pain to go away, or that just a low level, subtle unhappiness that you might not, I'm doing good, I have a good day, it's been all right, but you're always kind of okay. Like someone that actually says when I'm fine, they're actually just fine. Like to let that go and actually ascend to those higher states of emotional experience, of energetic experience, of joy and love and bliss and freedom and all these things. The way I see people shift out of healing those things and getting there is by first describing that perfect day, by describing that perfect year, by describing those things, not in a sense of letting your kind of like ego say, oh, I'm not enough, I'm not there, I'm not this. But no, once you understand that feeling state, so like you understand that experiential state, so you see that perfect day, you see massages and yoga, and well, this is for me, but massages and yoga and writing and coffee, and working out, and a massage on the beach, and 2K a day in passive income, parasailing, skydiving, shopping, volunteering, personal chef with fresh food, transformational coaching calls and speaking and amazing sex and all this great stuff. Like when you see that and you can actually then go into, okay, how does that feel? And how would I think? And who would I be? When you allow that to be a state, even for a brief moment, even through a meditation in a brief moment, you go, wow, like that's incredible. And then you start feeling gratitude for that. You start feeling joy as if it's already happened. And Kyle C says this great thing. He calls it Kylego, but it's I remember when. And so when you're going through this, I remember when we had that amazing day. We woke up, we did meditation, and we did yoga, and that coffee was great. And we did some writing and like worked out. I had this great massage, and that made $2,000 a day in passive income, and like whatever. Went skydiving, and like that freedom I felt flying out of the plane and just falling through the sky. And you start playing through that experience and that emotional, physical, mental state, and the energetics of that. That is what goes, and then you step back, right? Then you go back in normal life, and you're like, God, that really, there's a gap there, right? Like now I can feel like, ooh, this normal state that I'm in every day actually isn't really what I want. So like yesterday, or even 30 minutes ago before the meditation, what you felt was normal, what you felt was like a decent mood, or like I'm doing okay or whatever. Suddenly it doesn't feel bad, but it just doesn't feel comfortable, right? It doesn't feel like you. You're like, this isn't really me. I'm not depressed. I'm not like on the brink of suicide, but I'm kind of subtly not really that comfortable with this life and this state of being inside and this external reality I'm creating from that state of being. Once you acknowledge that, then you can go, okay, well, what is in the way of that? And a lot of us, what's been perpetuated for 25, 30, 40 years now is self-help. And again, a lot of my books are in self-help genres, so I'm not going to bash on a bunch of self-help people because helping yourself is great. But what I discovered was trying to fix myself kept me broken. And that's why I decided with the way to have that eliminate to elevate. That phrase came through when I was doing a lot of this, because it was about that baggage, this emotional baggage, this mental baggage, this addiction to stuffing and hiding and avoiding. That's what kind of blocked, I realized, this perfect day, this perfect income. And so the more I was able to look at that and go through with my clients and my friends, I had like 60-something people so far this year have gone through different variations of this, healing their childhood traumas, their father issues, their uncle issues, their family, friends, relatives, like past relationship, their financial stuff. One woman cleared $1 million in a week. Another person healed the relationship with their father instantly. Like there's so much breakthrough, shame and guilt going away, like sickness is healing. That doesn't happen. None of us are miracles. I'm not a messiah. No one in this program or anywhere else is some big savior. You are your messiah. You are that person that can do that. So once you can acknowledge how amazing this life is, that is your real, true life. If you can dream it and you can feel it and you can desire, that a desire exists within you because this life is trying to call you to it. And so when you can tap into that and go, okay, I'm not allowing myself to live this highest level part of me, of my experience, of what God or the universe or my higher self is calling me to do and step into. So why am I not doing that? And instead of beating ourselves up and doing this, the self-help kind of dissect everything and go through like a series of almost like shaming ourselves into doing things. Like these seminars kind of like break you down and they're like, okay, now that you feel like a piece of shit, you're tired and hungry and starving, give us all your money and I promise we'll give you a whole new set of beliefs you have to unlearn in a year from now, which is like the opposite of what we're actually looking for, right? We're looking to let go of these things that are in the way, let go of these beliefs, these blocks, these things, and these addictions that we have that are keeping us stuck. So once we know that feeling, we know it, and we see how like different it is from that state to this state, then we can start identifying those things. So for example, I'll go with the money thing, because money, I think, is a pretty easy correlation for a lot of us to be able to really break down the stories we have, these addictions we have, these things that we have about it. So $2K a day of passive income, right, is up there for me. That could be $200 a day, $2 a day, $2,000, $2 million, whatever it is per day that of passive income, or you want to do whatever for it, right? What is preventing that from happening? And so it's not about you're not smart enough, you don't know enough, you don't have a cool enough business, you don't have a cool enough idea, you weren't born with a silver spoon, you weren't this, you didn't have a good education. I'm a high school dropout from Section 8 with a family that was like raised me on drugs. So like I have no credentials to do anything, and I've done everything. And like the intelligence smarts, I just built that from like wanting to get the hell out of the hell I was in. So like, no matter what your thing is, even if you were silver spoon trust fund, like that doesn't make you less than or better than, or less than or better than on either side. So take all that away, but look at how your mind comes up with that. So if you're going to get like 2K a day or 2 million a day, whatever it is, what are the stories that you were taught about money? What are the stories you were taught as a child that you mirrored or you modeled, that you thought of, that rich people are greedy, that you can't have that if you are getting something, you're taking away from someone else, that you're not adding enough value, you need to do this, you need to be a person of this, or a really simple one that I've seen over and over again. The more money people make, they start having to pay more taxes, right? So you're not making 2K a day, it's like, oh, well, now I have all these bills, now I'm gonna have expenses, now I'm gonna have this, and our mind goes, well, now I pay more taxes. And I see so many people that start going backwards and go, oh, you know what, well, if I just make less money, I'll pay less taxes. Why would we ever want to do that, right? Why would we want to make less money in order to hide, in order to play small and play safe, to back up? Because it's not anything to do with the money. Money doesn't actually have an experience of a care about you. Isn't good or bad, isn't a thing, right? Most anything out here isn't. It's our perception, our judgment, our feelings, our meaning-making machines we push onto things from the stories we're told. So money is a prime example, is that if you start playing smaller, that's what your mind tells you. If I play smaller, I pay less taxes, I have less responsibility, I don't have to show up as much, I don't owe as much to anyone around me, I don't have to be as, like, take care of this, I won't have to do that, then I can hide, then I can stay back. There's this unraveling you start seeing about how your ego, your personality, or some kind of character trait or little I that we call them inside you wants you to hide, wants you to play less than. Because, like Marianne Williams said, our real biggest fear isn't being rich, it isn't being attractive or finding love or finding whatever, or even losing all of it. Our biggest fear, the whole thing, is that we are that bright, we are that light, we are on that level. And so that's where we start to hide and go backwards. And so with the money thing, there's ways to rewrite these beliefs. So you can write down, like, what is money to me? Who am I in relation to money? Who am I, when I say I'm gonna make $2,000 a day, what thoughts come up in my head? What will I think my family thinks if I make $100,000 a month or $200,000 a month or $1 million a month? What do I think my friends think? Like, you see a lot of people want to relate to others. Like, hey, you know, I'm struggling too. I got broke too. Or other thing, people want to relate on whatever level. And I was having a conversation last night where, like, there's people on this live stream that you guys are watching this, either were or are now or will be in a bit, that are friends of mine on Facebook. I've introduced you to billionaires. I've introduced you to 100 millionaires. I've introduced you to some of the richest, most successful people you've ever met. You had no idea, because there was no difference between them and you. And they didn't treat you as such. They didn't act any different. You didn't know they had that money, so there you had no judgment on them. They didn't care how much money you had, because they don't care how much money you have. They wanted to meet you. And so when you really start to unravel some of these beliefs and that we're tied to, you can either put a new belief in, let it go, not attach it all to it, and just allow it to come and utilize whatever comes, money or anything else. Or you can really question those beliefs and then implant something new. One of the things that I've put in place that I've seen the most from meeting people that are, like, literally homeless and have absolutely nothing, or ultra successful billionaires, right? Money makes you more of who you are. Money is an amplifier, it's an expander, and it's not about you aren't enough without it. If you have less, you're less of who you are. That's not it either. See how your mind wants to do that. It wants to start twisting and turning these things. The more you have access to, the more power, the more money, the more influence, the more anything, love, the more you will show who you are. You will come out. Whatever that you're hiding that you don't think you can, whether it's generosity and helping, or greed, or being an asshole. Like, if you're a dick, you're a dick. It doesn't matter what you have or don't have. I've seen rude homeless people that are beating up other people and killing someone. I've seen the most kind-hearted, big lights of love that are homeless. Same with rich people. I've seen it doesn't make a difference. So you see how, like, there's so many beliefs we have around money. Same thing with volunteering, right? Are we doing that because we feel like we need to, or because we want to? Does it give us a feeling of service or a feeling of have to? Meditation and yoga, are you trying to, again, we can unravel a lot of these, but just even this perfect day itself, like, there's so many beliefs I could have about it that I've had before in the past that I thought I needed to do a bunch for, I needed to create so much for, I need to build so much for it. And so to unravel that, you just look at, like, this is a perfect day. 2K a day is in passive income. This actually really costs about $500 a day. An actual cost. Like, where you want to live, like, for me, I broke this down. This actually, for us, this is what that costs, like $500 a day. And so why I say that is that, like, you get around all this experience, all this emotion, all this joy, all this everything, you realize all the beliefs you have around it. You realize that the money isn't what you thought you had to make to even get it. And then you realize, like, okay, so $500 a day, how many clients do I need to have $500 a day, right? I know this is going to go off a little bit, but I'm going to circle back. How many clients do I need to have $500 a day? What's your price point? Is it $500? Then you need one client per day. Is it, like $5,000, right? Then you need 10 clients, you need one client for 10 days, right? So you can start breaking that down. So like if you have $500 a day, for me, if I just want to do that, then I can have like I can have 5 clients times 3K, right? And then I could go higher and higher and higher. But point is that like, okay, now I know that's like the amount of clients I have. Now what can I package to do that? So this is part of that thing yesterday with the perfect customer avatar and the perfect business. You'll understand that financial freedom number, that perfect day, you just start reverse engineering it. And the reason I brought that up real quick to circle back with the money and all that stuff, every step of this thing, you start feeling like there's beliefs that are limiting you. Because as you write this out, and this is why I start with this, like a lot of places I've seen work, they always go deep into this work. Let's uncover your bullshit. Let's dig deep. And again, we're going to, you kind of got to release that stuff anyways. But when you know your perfect day, your perfect financial freedom number, and your perfect life, and the love of your life, and your soulmate, and your family, and your kids, and all this stuff, you will have the motivation to want to release the baggage. And now you'll do the work. The thing is, why 86% of people don't actually finish a book? Like, they don't actually finish a whole book. After 2 weeks, if someone doesn't open a book, they never read it. Like, these are statistics you start learning as you write books and become an author. And so why I give a lot of my books away for free, or like I'll sell them for a crazy high amount, or I'll give up additional things on the back end, is because I know there's a lot of people that get excited. They have that burst of dopamine, that burst of rush. I'm going to get this new thing. I'm going to have a change. I'm going to have a New Year's resolution, right? And then it fades and it fades. There's not enough motivation. So besides your personal self, and I'm going to bring this really heavy real quick for a sec, just to really like let this sink in. This is your perfect day for you, whatever you want that perfect day to be. With your perfect amount of income, with your dream husband or wife, right? Your dream children in your dream location, okay? Now, they're right here on this hand. And so on this other hand, you have your past, you have your baggage, you have your emotional trauma, you have your complaints, your excuses, your whatever they are. They're all valid. They're your beliefs, your set of beliefs, whatever those are that are limiting you at some point, in some way, about money, about love, about family, about society. What one are you going to let choose? Like, which one wins? Right? Your past and your baggage and everyone you knew that was pulling you down or you were engaging in drama with, your debt, your issue, like whatever thing you want that you're trying to let go of that is limiting you from this, is it worth your dreams, your family, your soulmate, your kids, your generations to come, like your own happiness, your own love, your own joy? That's what this is. That's the choices that we're making every single day. That's the choices we're making every single day, is between that old self, that old thing. I was in an Uber ride today. I got my hair cut and I went over to a friend's house to build this app we're working on. And the Uber driver on the way was like, "Hey, do you like the NFL?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, he said, do you like the Rams or the Chargers?" And I'm like, "Neither. I'm from Seattle. I like the Seahawks." And then he was like, "Oh, that's cool, blah, blah." Within like 10 minutes in the conversation, like what I do in Seattle, how I grew up, he started bringing up nightclubs. And I'm like, "Oh, I have a nightclub, promotions, like all this different stuff." And he's like, "My friend owns this nightclub. My friend owns this weed business. My friend does this. And you can do this and we can do that." And like, he went through like every single old Corey self, like imaginable, and all the money and all the thing and everything. And it was like, and contact info, you want to do the thing? And I'm like, "No, I'm good. I don't." And not because like I'm not against anyone who does need that. I have friends who do all of that, like weed businesses, nightclub, all that stuff. For me, when I did that, it didn't work out too well. That's an old version of me. So if those things come up, that old self, the old past, you'll have exes call, text, old friends, old messages, old whatever. And again, it's not anything to do with this life or thing is bad, but those beliefs, those thoughts, those emotions, those relationships, those financial issues, those are literally your choice. Or you can choose your future and your family and your kids and your soulmate and your love and your own happiness and your own peace. And so that's a daily choice that we get when we have the motivation of that. Having how much our perfect day, our family, like love, children, like that. I mean, even if you don't want any of that, like maybe you just don't want love or family or children, but still, the rest of it's probably pretty amazing to you, even more so then. But that's what you're choosing. So I wanted to set that up because the biggest part with breaking down how we get there from here is understanding the business part of it. Because if I tell you go ahead and do this, what your first reaction is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, your first reaction is when I say go to your perfect day, go do every single thing you want to do, spend every day like that, live like that, love like that, enjoy massages every day, working out, all these things. If I ask you, why aren't you doing that? Or why don't you do that tomorrow? Everyone's reaction that I've talked to usually is, well, I can't because I don't have enough money. I can't because like I have this business, this thing. I can't because what will my family do because I have to pay for this or whatever. And it usually ties back to I don't feel like I have freedom. I don't feel like I'm in control. There's time, there's money. It's all these things that really come down to not accessing like our dream business, our dream life, our dream self. And so when we understand what that is, it's like, okay, well, what's your number one objective is money. And then time. Money buys you time, so let's address the money. And then your family will be fine, that they're happy, you're happy, it works out. So the money part, why I broke down the clients. If this is $500 a day or $1,000 a day or whatever it is, if you've got to make that much per month, packaging your clients, packaging your pricing is just revolved around that. How do you want to serve? Like if you're going to serve one-on-one, then you can do a higher price. You want to serve a group, you can do a higher price or a lower price. You can have one client at $100,000 a year. Like I have some private clients this next year, I'll be taking on for $100,000 for the year. You can have $1 million a year client. And if you're asking yourself like, well, who am I to do this? Even if it's a $500 a month client or a $5,000 a day client, whatever those things are, if it's group coaching, single coaching, or if it's a marketing company, or if you're just want to work at a nonprofit, or you want to build your own business, or you want to have a coffee shop, or whatever these things are, right? Your financial freedom number may be different. Your perfect day may be different, maybe higher, maybe lower. Whatever your business is, whatever your dream number is, the biggest thing is like, how do you feel doing it? How do you feel serving it? How do you feel about it? There's so many of us that I've seen say, well, I don't have the credentials for that. I don't have a degree in that. They make more money than me, so how could I help them? They are smarter than me, so how could I help them? They do this, I only do this, or I don't have any experience in this. And it's not like I don't want you to go out and start trying to, teach firefighting. You've never been a firefighter or something, like study at least, right? Learn a little bit. But what I want to say, though, to clarify a lot of the big beliefs of I can't, or I'm not good enough, or I will win, or I would but, or what if, all those kind of things. The only thing you truly need in order to help another is to be able to see their situation as them. That's it. If you can step into their shoes, their mindset, their emotional state, their financial state, even if you've not been there, if you can see that from their perspective as an objective person, then you can start helping them. And so many of us in business and in life and in anything, we don't always need to hire this person that's like over here, over there, whatever, because everyone has unique gifts and skill sets. Their value over this person may value maybe lots of money. This person's value maybe lots of health. This person's value may be emotional intelligence. This person's value may be listening. This person, there's so much value out there that every one of us have individually and unique, but that doesn't mean we have all of it in every area. So if you can find a way to provide value for someone and objectively see their reality, their life, that's your customer avatar, your dream customer. You can find a way to serve them in a way that is unique from you serving them and is unique service that they do not have currently. And to clear up something else too when it comes to customers, if you feel like there's already someone doing what you're doing, that's more of a reason for you to do it. If you feel like it's been done before, you should, again, probably go do it. If you feel like there's no one doing it, or like you're the only one, or like you're the new one or whatever, definitely do it. If you feel like who am I to do it, you should probably go do it. I can go on and on, but if you have a doubt in you about your ability, go out and do it. That isn't to say you're not going to fail, or it may not be right away. I failed like 7 out of 11 times I started a business. I failed within a few months, not a year. And I failed in thousands of ways as well. But the point is, like, you don't know until you try. And if you fail, guess what? You're going to get up. I've seen like some really top level marketers and business owners and people out there post this recently that that who they're looking to hire. Like there's people looking for jobs right now, by the way, that I can connect you with that were like give you freelance missions, go do this or that they want to hire people who fail and who learn from it, who pick back up, who go and try again. Trying to avoid it or hide or stay or play small isn't something that is going to be a skill set for you for life, for the future, for yourself, for your family, for anything. Treat yourself as you would your own kid. Like push yourself to go out there and actually try and fail and learn and improve and do more when it comes to your customers and how you're serving. But package it. So the point of the perfect day, perfect number, packaging, the money's good. The big part of the way, and I know been yapping for about 37 minutes, and I'm diving a little bit into these next steps here. With the way, the biggest thing is that if you don't have any money to invest in the way, we have ways to help you crowdsource your money. If you have excess bills you need to reduce, we have ways for you to help reduce your bills. If you have a crap ton of money and you actually want to start investing in that, we have ways to help you invest in bigger businesses. So like, we've hit every angle with the way. There is no excuse. There's no reason. You can't say a location, a finance, a time frame, because you can keep checking in whenever you need. There is no excuse for you not to be able to join. Every objection you could think of has been handled. That's how we built our program, because we know that the whole point of Inside the Way is that we're going to hit all your excuses. We're going to hit all your beliefs. We're going to hit all the things that are holding you back. So we address those up front. So there's so many ways to paradigm shift this that I don't want to go too deep on that, but there's really no excuse anymore. In 2018 going to 2019, if you don't have enough money, there's ways to crowdsource the money for your business, for your investments, for anything, pay your bills, whatever. If you got too high of bills, we can lower all your bills. You don't think you can travel, we're going to show you how to travel, do anything you want with that. You don't have to like create your business or what your passion is, your purpose is, that's all in there. People have been selling these things for thousands and thousands of dollars and kind of keeping you guessing and hooping and looping through. It's not as complicated as it seems. All that's in the way of the perfect day, your perfect life, your perfect year, perfect self, and your family, the love and joy that you want to have, that's inside you trying to come out, is really just a bunch of shitty excuses and beliefs that we're going to remove. So I'll break down a little bit of the modules real quick, and I'm going to talk about kind of what the process is. This isn't going to be a sales pitch or anything like that, but I want to show you the process, because even if you don't do it, again, if you don't join the way or anything, it's not a big deal. It's not like I'm not saying don't join it. I'm saying we're going to give everything away. That's the model. We're going to give everything away. In the free Facebook group, you'll have all the modules, all the courses, all the worksheets, everything's in there. And I'm going to show you right now what that looks like, so you can decide it right now. You can do it on your own, like the last two live streams, step by step, showing you what to do, the questions to ask, the modules, so the worksheets are all in there. I'm going to do that right now so you can see what that looks like. And then either do it by yourself or do it with us, and then kind of go from there. So the first part is kind of breaking down. I have these 12 chapters over here, and so it's because the Way Home book is my 4th book coming out, and then the Way program, Way Foundation, is 12 weeks, it's 12 modules, 12 chapters, 12. In chapter 1, module 1, week 1, just to clarify so everyone understands it's the same thing. The first part of this is, let me make sure you do it, is dream. So this is kind of what we went over a little bit. Did I get myself? No? I swear I was waiting to like white shirt all over the markers, or vice versa, the markers all over the white shirt. The first module, first week, first chapter is about dream. And so we're going to dive really deep into the dream, kind of like we did a little bit on the first live. It's kind of like the just everything, wildest, biggest, unfathomable dream that you can think of. That's really where we're going to start, and being able to not only just do it like we did live. Live was a small snippet because it's an entire week-long process, but really kind of aligning each one of those worksheets with what is it that matches those. Did you have
different color marker.
Can you not see that one?
You can't really see it at all.
Different color marker. That one's kind of dead. Let me grab a better one and see if I can get red or blue.
Can't really see it that well anyway, but
Yeah, let me see if this works. Dream. Let me see if that works better. Maybe I'll just do this. There we go. Dream. And then I'm just gonna go design. Create. Is that better at least? Can you see it a little bit more?
Yeah.
And then build. How's my butt look? You see
I only
it?
see the top of it, but it's really nice.
The bottom's a lot better. See that?
Really nice.
So this is the first 4 weeks. I'll just kind of dive into it. But dream, design, create, build. This is the first 4 weeks, the first month, whatever you want to call it, first 4 chapters, first section of the book, all kind of put on there. So we're going to dream, which is just kind of like free flow it all. Dream, just let loose, kind of like fully pop it out, like we did like the first day, Friday, kind of, but like much, much deeper. Specifics, really detail oriented. There's a lot of prompts inside there as well to really help that, plus the coaching, plus we're going to be able to share dreams, talk about them, network as well. Someone like, hey, I really want to do this. Hey, I really want to do that. Oh, we could literally switch houses and be in our dream world. It's like not that complicated. That's the weirdest thing is that like paradigm shifting as a side note isn't that hard once we're there. Like once you realize you can make money while you sleep. I thought that was like Bill Gates when I grew up. Bill Gates is the only person I ever heard who made money while I sleep. I mean, like someone told me he made $4 million while he brushed his teeth. And I was like, oh my God, like I've never even seen $400 at that point. You know, like by the time I was like early preteen, I was just like, what? That's so crazy. He wakes up to more money. It was insane. And then like the last 3 or 4 years, I did. And I would wake up to more money and I still do today. And it's like when I tell people that, it's like, oh my God, it's a big thing. It's not that, it's the same as you probably get, as what I was used to getting paid every week or commissions or whatever it was. It's just a paradigm shift that we get through. It's not that complicated. So dream, design, create, build. So we're gonna dream it, then we're gonna design it. So like, again, we dream it, we lay out every single like wildest dream, wildest fantasy, wildest everything about that person, that place, that situation, that experience. Everything. We're going to dream it all up. Then we're going to design it. So like, who does that look like? Who's that person? Again, your customer avatar, your avatar, who you are, and then design your life, where you live, what you do, what you like drive and perfect day, all that stuff. Also like your family, like your perfect spouse, all that, because if you don't understand who that person is, first of all, you're probably going to recreate the same shit you've created over and over again and be like, I don't know why this keeps happening to me. It's like I attract the same person. I just because you're not looking at it. You don't want to, or you're still addicted to that repeat, where you haven't like wanted to learn that lesson and kind of like let go of that shit. So if you design who it is that you want, then you can kind of become the person that matches that person, become the person that matches that life, so on and so forth, and design it. And then we're gonna go create, and then we're gonna create it. So this is creating and building. This is like literally this is the first month. This is the 3rd and 4th week. Again, instead of like working through everything and then building, right? We're gonna actually build everything first. So you're gonna design all of it, person, place, thing, business, everything. We're gonna go through custom avatars, all that, your business development, all you want. We're gonna create the entire structure of the business, the life, the self, and then show you step by step how to actually build it. And then again, build. So now from week 4, you're literally spending the time building that self, building that life, building that business. Like you're creating customers. Like we had said yesterday, we had clients that like within 24 hours are getting like multiple like leads and clients and customers and people to serve and getting out there and like and this is why the rest of it matters, because what happens then is that they sabotage. Because they're like, wait a minute, that's scary. That's like everything I wanted. That's my dream. No. And they jump back. Or like they meet the perfect person, they fuck it up. They get the perfect clients, they fuck it up. They get the perfect life, they fuck it up. Like, and it's not like it can be a small, subtle sabotage, right? Like, oh, I'm in a weird mood, the thing, and like you're being weird, I'm being weird, or whatever. Or the client didn't call on time, the other thing, and I missed the flight, I can't go and move to my favorite place. Or like these unconscious things will subtly or drastically screw up everything you want, and you'll wonder why you're sitting there pissing in a pot. So I never said that. I wanted to say that. So we're building it first, right? Because then we have now the motivation. Because now when we start doing this, integrating this along with the worksheets on each single level. So like that's the cool thing. We have these worksheets on each single part that I should probably write those on there too. So that we're going to be able to like unravel each of these things along the way. And as we do that, like then we can start being able to really go into the center part here, which I don't know if they can but can I see that very well on the camera, or am I like super far off?
You're okay.
Okay. So, red's looking good. So, then we're going to go into being able to do, let me go. Let's see. Yeah, month 2, week 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'll show you guys like what's in between each one of these to fill it up as well. So then week 5, we're going to go into declare. Declare. And then we're going to go into release. Watch me just spell everything wrong. C, like sea candy. C's candy, quarters candy. And then leap. And I'm going to write these down real quick too. Then I'll dive into what's in each one of these things. So deepen.
You want to see if you bring this closer, if it's easier?
If you want to. I'm just writing, so now would be a good time, I guess. I don't know if the lighting over here is not that great, but integrate, embody. Embody. And then elevate. Okay. Cool. How's that? Maybe I'll just do that. Okay. Okay. Within each one of these, right? So we have, this is month 2. This is week or chapter or module 5, 6, 7, 8. We have declare, release, see, leap. So after we design, we dream, we create, we build it, right? We have every single thing kind of like fully identified, like we've been doing the last few days, a little bit, like on this live stream is a small glimpse of it, but doing all that, and then building the actual business, building the life, showing you step by step how to do that, and then we're going to declare it, which means we're going to actually like put the steps in, put the action in. It's not just manifest it and thinking about it, but actually put the action steps in, step by step. All of that's put in there, and really looking at, okay, declaring it is going to also look at, okay, to match up this everything, what do we need to release? So as we declare it, what's going to happen? What always happens is that you're going to have all that come up. We have the worksheets all in there. You're going to see all that, but you're going to have all of that come up and come through. That is that gap between who you are, where you are, who you want to be, and where you want to get to. And so as we declare it, we're going to start to release it. And then there's, again, the whole process of actually releasing. And then we see it. So we're going to actually dive in to be able to see step by step what's inside each one of them. And then, let's see here. And then I'm going to add some of the deeper notes. And then leap. So the leap is on chapter and module in week 8 because we've done all this creating and we're building everything. We're declaring it. We're releasing all the crap. We're seeing everything in the way, and then we're leaping. So that's where, as everything comes up, you start releasing it. You start working on it. You're going to see all of it, and you're going to be able to like let go of it. You have to make a leap. You have to actually make a huge jump to be able to actually have that happen. And so we have a process for doing that. Quantum leaping, you quantum leap through space, through time. And this amazing worksheet, we did it on time, and I was going through it last night, and it was just like this overwhelming thing. Like so many of us feel rushed or like stressed or like, I mean, even today, like I woke up and I was like, I got to get somewhere, I got to do something. And I was like, no, I don't. I never do. Even at night, like building the life that we have now, there's never a morning thing, like besides the morning ritual, like meditation, yoga, good breakfast, coffee. But like every single night, we'll both be like, we got to go to bed. It's like the thing is going to be 10:30 and we're going to have to like not have time for the Netflix show or like the whatever. And then we're like, I always have that conversation like, what the fuck do we have to do tomorrow? Like what do we have to get up in the morning for? There's all we always do. We always get up like at like 7:30, 8 or earlier, but we don't have to. We never had to. And so the point is that like to get that quantum leap of time, like working that worksheet last night, to really go through and uncover that and feel that release, realize that time is your best friend. That's giving you space in this reality to understand and create and play, enjoy and be the creator and not have everything happen at once and not have all this manifest instantly and you don't have the joy or the time to actually enjoy it or the space to play with it. Like all those things are part of what time gives us. And so those are part of what we do the worksheets, right? That's part of that leap, is working on these worksheets to kind of really leap, quantum leap time, quantum leap your money, quantum leap your health, go from illness to like perfect health instantly. Those are things that are part of the leap. And then, 9 through 12, we're going to go to deepen. We're going to integrate. This is really about grounding everything. It says deepen at the top, and it says integrate, and then it says embody and elevate. The deepen part is really where we're going to want to ground this into reality, ground this into ourself. And then integrate means like the whole modules and chapters of chapter 10, like module 10, week 10, is integrating this. So again, the yo-yo dieting, the yo-yo income, the yo-yo love life, the yo-yo whatever, these loops people go through, we all go through, it's because it's not integrated. It's not integrated as a full self, as a natural state, as a normalized way of being. If you don't normalize that, integrate, which in turn means normalize your new perfect life, perfect day, perfect everything, and have released all these, there's that space. And what will happen is, again, the old stuff will come up, the old people will come up, the old things will come up. It'll knock you off, you'll loop and loop and loop. But if you integrate, now it becomes a waking meditation, a state of being, who you are, and you don't question it. There's no way to shake you off it because you know who you are, you know what you are, you know your life. And then we embody it, and that is taking a step further, where now it's embodied cognition. So people talk about flow state all the time, these athletes, Michael Jordan, whoever. Flow is like a huge thing down in California now. I know a lot of people are stepping more into that. People have tried psychedelics for it, and this medication and this, and doing extreme workouts and fasting, and that's nothing against any of it. Like, teach his own, do your own thing, but you don't actually need any of that at all to step into flow state. All flow is to technical terms, is hypofrontality and embodied cognition, which means you're removing this part of your hyper-thinking, ego, active mind, the monkey mind, and you're embodying the cognitions, and your body is in a natural flow state, unconscious competence, just to continue to do anything and everything you ever wanted, to be that person, live that life at that level. And after you deepen it, you ground it, you integrate, it becomes embodied. Who that person is, who that avatar is, who has that life, who has that income, who has that love, who has that thing, it's embodied. So there's no more of the sabotage, no more of this if and when, there's no more of this, the other shoe's gonna drop. That doesn't exist in your mind and your state and your emotions or anything anymore. And then you're finally elevate, then you can, go to whatever heaven that you truly choose on this earth while you're here, and really enjoy it. And so I'm gonna dive in a little bit to the worksheets that go along with each part of that, because the big part of this isn't just these words, and I don't want to just slap on words, but again, I want you to understand what's kind of in the process of doing all this. And again, the worksheets are all inside Unlock the Way Facebook group. So if you want to do this yourself, you can. No one's gonna stop you. So right here in module in week 1, chapter 1, we have identifying. I know you guys can't probably read this very well, but identifying the little I's, which is your little like personalities inside you, as well as identifying the beliefs, like the limiting beliefs that you have in there, and then and how to find those, like how to find and identify. So you don't even know, like you're like, I don't even know what beliefs I have that hold me back. And there's a lot of us. I was there too. Like where people would be like, well, you must have some kind of limiting belief holding you back. Like, what do you think that is? And I'm like, if I knew, I would get rid of it. So why don't you tell me? Like that was the biggest like issue I had, with so many people telling me about the limiting beliefs. I remember like making fun of it for a long time, because it being in a coaching space or anything like that, like it annoyed me so much, because I'm like, if you know what it is, then tell me. And people will make up like 5, childhood things or whatever. And like, again, it could be any of those for any one of us, but like, it was just generalizations, right? And like, I want specifics. I guess if I'm going to do the work, I want to know why I'm doing it, and I want to know what I'm releasing. I don't want someone to give me a new belief to like supplant like my old shitty belief. Then I have to remove their belief. Like that's not what I want. So, and I don't think any of us really want that. We want to be free of all of it, so we can actually play and enjoy our lives. And so that's what that is: identifying and finding a belief. So you don't even know what a belief it is that you have. That's like limiting you, or stressing you, or struggling you, or sabotaging your money, or your time, or your health, or like keep repeating those cycles. You can use the worksheets and go identify and find a belief, and that in these first 4 weeks, and then you can go into let's see here. We have purpose, So like your inner purpose, your actual inner purpose, and then birth and death. We go that there. So this is where we actually go back to. These are kind of fun. So you can go back to your birth and like clear that out. You don't need like a psychic medium or 5,000 people or someone channeling Shakti or whatever to do it for you. You literally can do it yourself at your house on a couch. And I did last night. I've done it 1,000 times, and so have tons of friends. And so you can go back to your birth and actually uncover what beliefs that your subconscious kind of took away from that birth. You can fast forward to your death, and then you're going to be able to actually like meet yourself on your deathbed in a meditation. You're not going to know how and why and all these different things. It's not going to be that kind of I'm going to know when I'm going to die psychic thing. But you're able to meet that version of you, like that essence, that time frame period of you on your deathbed, and then ask it questions. Like, what do you want me to learn? What do you want me to focus on now? What could I have changed to be more present with? What could I let go of? What could block me? You'll be surprised at how clear your focus will become, how clear your attention will become, how clear your health, your happiness, your joy, your communication. Like it'll become really simple and really clear when you talk to yourself on your deathbed. And then from there, we're going to go into relationships. So there's a nice, amazing relationship and a roles. There's relationship 1 and roles 1. I say 1 because there's relationship 2 and roles 2. This goes deep, obviously. But the relationship and roles worksheets are part of that as well. And that's just going to help you be able to really kind of look at, what is it that I have in my relationships? Like, what is it in my relationships? Who am I in my relationships? Who are they? This is like friendships, romantic, family, the roles, same thing. Again, like I mentioned yesterday, if you're the martyr or the savior or whatever you want to call it, and you are part of creating the victim. You are also part of creating the persecutor. If you are the black sheep, guess what? Like it doesn't matter what avenue you put it in. If you're the this one or that one, there's always this trifecta, this trinity. You're creating every single individual role. So when you clear each one of those roles, the good mom, the bad mom, the happy, the sad, the depressed, the angry, the happy, whatever. When you clear all those roles, those relationships, you're free to be able to create new ones from a new identity. So, and then we're going to go into future projections. And so then this is similar to the deathbed one, where you're going to your deathbed and you're actually talking to yourself on your deathbed. But future projections, you're able to have this conversation with yourself from 3 months from now, from 6 months from now, from a year from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and you can literally ask anything, and you can find out the answer to anything, the truth for you for anything, and what you need to focus on, where you want to go, what you want to do, what that looks like, what the best decision is right now, where you should concentrate everything on. And then an awesomeness projection where you can kind of like a similar thing, but you can actually really play with it and ask it some further things. We're going to go into.
I can't really see what you want to just say.
Just say, I know, but I want to write them too, even if they can't see them. I'll take a picture, but I just want to take it. I like writing them down so I can. I've been yakking at it for so long. So we're going to go into the money worksheets, which includes income, business, career, like success plus failure. And these are all unlocked away in the Facebook group. You can do them yourself. You can do them with us, whatever you want. But that's going to be another part of it. Like as we're creating this whole entire life, part of the declaring, the releasing, the seeing, the leaping, we have to actually see what it is we're declaring. We have to see what it is we're releasing. We have to see what it is that we want to let go of and move to and leap. And so money and income, like income ceiling, if you always have that same kind of cap income, maybe it was the last 4 years, before that it was a little lower, before that it was a little higher, you can really kind of map that out. Business and career, you can find out your exact next choice, even if it's working with us, it's working with someone else, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what success and failure mean to you. There's so many, there's so much. So that's just like that first month. And then it goes a lot deeper, but there's relationship 2. I'm just gonna write a little bit on here, and then I'll kind of review them a little bit, even if no one can see them. Roles 2. Oh, that's a good one. Let's see this. Is that over there? Yeah. DNA 1 and 2. I'm going to go into attachments, attitudes. I'm just going to fill this whole thing up with amazing stuff. Forgiveness. Anti-aging. I know someone likes that. Somebody out there likes that one. What is that one? And then like awareness integration. So let's put that on there. Awareness integration, AI. There's a ton of these. There's a ton of these in there, and every single aspect of life is really hit from each part of these, and that's kind of the biggest thing is that the whole point of the Way and the Way Foundation and this kind of movement, the Way Home book, is that you're designing, you're dreaming, you're building, you're doing every single aspect of life as you have done unconsciously, right? Purposeful creating is another one, unconscious creating. These are all part of this. You've done all these aspects before. You've been doing them, you still are right now in this moment doing all of this. You're just maybe you're semi-intentional, maybe you're fully intentional, maybe you're not. But if you have anything in your life, internally or externally, that you do not actually enjoy or like or is full of what you want, then it's unconscious. And so as we are able to go through all of these week after week, we not only have it to where we are able to build the self we want, but we have the life we want, the business we want, the clients we want. And then from there, like, it's freedom. And this goes for 3 months, for 12 weeks. And kind of as we flow through this whole path, again, you can do it by yourself, but if you want to join us and do it together, there's quite a few of us already in there, and we're able to kind of work together, have accountability, have hope, have excitement. Some of the clients that we've had in there have gone from like zero, their business idea, to 50,000 a month in recurring revenue within 3 months. It's the same as this. Saved their marriages or created marriages. Single, met the love of their life, made $1 million a week, healed an illness. Like, these are these things that seem miraculous or some next level thing that aren't. They're just a matter of connecting with the right people, connecting with your source, connecting with yourself, and allowing it to flow through. So all we are is kind of like a vessel of support, of accountability, of joy, of kind of encouragement along that path, and an objective eye and group to be able to work with and show these things to help you work through them together. Again, you can do them for free. You can join us. And then right here on chapter 11, on week 11, this is, I believe, we're starting this coming week, actually. So this is going to be, I believe, March like 16th or mid to end of March. We're going to be doing a retreat. The letter A in there. We're going to be doing a retreat inside of Hawaii, and it's about a week to 10 days. Haven't quite decided yet. I think about a week. Everyone wants a week, but you know me. And so you go through this whole path. You get through everything that you're able to see, release, go through, build, create, and then you get to deepen it, integrate it, and then come to Hawaii with a small intimate group of people that you're able to enjoy and do yoga every day, meditate every day, have amazing fresh food, chefs cook for you, kind of like my perfect day. I just want to share with everyone else. And be by the water, be by the ocean, get a chance to share yourself, have break-off groups, have sessions. get massages, do some experiential things. So during that retreat in March, we're going to play. We're going to, maybe skydive, maybe parasail. I know we're going to be doing yoga, meditation, but doing all of this as well, right? While we're there, and then building the businesses. And so it's an amazing experience to be able to have that. But the full integration of all this is what the culmination of that retreat is. And so to be able to join the way and be able to go through that, to make it so it works for everyone, we're doing either $500 a month, and you can have access to everything, the group coaching, the whole program, to be able to have that accountability, everything included in that. Or you can do, and then you can separately grab the retreat, or you can do $1,500 a month, and the retreat's included, and all this is included as well, and it's all inclusive. Or, again, if you want to join the free Facebook group, do it alone as well. That's totally an option. We're not here to hold anyone or tighten away from anyone or hold anyone hostage. Everyone has access. Either we do it together or you do it by yourself. Come play with us in Hawaii in March, or come do coaching calls every week, build your business. Totally up to you. And by the time you're done with this, it's not only about like releasing all that, building that self, but we have every single thing you can need in here, from social media training to building a social media course, creating an online business, to create a coaching program, to becoming a best-selling author, to learning funnels, learning websites, access to our entire staff, to pretty much have everything at 10% of cost, or 10%, 90% off of cost for everything you can think of. You can pretty much do anything besides fly, and I'm working on that. But yeah, so that's the thing with this. There's nothing else you have to go stretch and do. And there's also some amazing things in there that we'll be able to add that will actually lower your life's costs down to where you'll actually make more money by investing in the way for $500 a month or even $1,500 a month with the retreat included than you would by not being a part of it. So yeah, so it's not like a hard pitch, but I definitely want people to know that that's available. I'm going to be releasing a little bit more information about this as it comes more online. But I wanted to give everyone a sneak peek, and I've been building this anyways this whole year. We've been talking about it a lot, and I thought, why not do a couple live streams at the end of the year and kind of give everyone the goods anyways. And I know, like Fred said in the group, it's literally like giving the house away, $1,000 of information, and life-changing. But I hope it does change your life. I hope it does work for everyone out there. It changes your life, your kids' lives, your family's lives, heals the ancestral bullshit you've been living with, and your financial things and your stress and burdens or happiness or stagnation or whatever. Freedom and joy from within and without is all I ever want for anyone, and it's all I ever want for myself. That's why I do everything I do. So that is the way, that is the process. Everything we've gone over the last 3 days, from the perfect year, the perfect day, the financial freedom, the perfect customer, the perfect self avatar, to releasing everything, to building the businesses, all of that is free inside Unlock the Way Facebook group. If you want to do it with us and have some accountability coaching, you can join for $500 a month, and I will drop a link. Or you can do $1,500 a month, and we will include a Hawaiian retreat with us to do yoga and meditation, and just some amazing, amazing time with some amazing people, and build everything you want. And that's it. I missed anything? Good. Oh yeah, happy New Year. Happy newest year. Time isn't real. Love you guys. Okay, see you soon.